Hi, I'm John Byrne, back again at CentreCourt in San Francisco with another episode of Guess the School. Okay, this is a school that I visited about a year ago. I was blown away by it, and I want to read 4 different attributes about this school. Let's see if you can guess which one it is. Number 1, the school's parent university, and I love this fact about the school, incidentally, was founded in the 19th century by a prince. Well, you got to think, it's got to be Europe, right? Well, maybe. Let's see. Okay, second little hint. We have a relatively small cohort between 70 and 90 in our full-time MBA. So it's a very small and intimate program, and people get a lot of individualized attention. Number 3, the school has a very diverse full-time MBA program cohort with 90% of the students from outside this school's home country. And then number 4, it is a triple accredited school with a major in innovation and entrepreneurship, and its entrepreneurship ranking is number 3 in the world. Guess the school. We're going to give you a few seconds, and then we're going to unveil the secrets. Okay, I have with me Andy Durbin, who's recruitment manager for this school. Which school is it, Andy?
It is Imperial College Business School in London in the UK.
Okay, one of the really cool things about Imperial is I went into that room, that's a visual room, exactly, and I saw in real time all the cryptocurrency trades that were being done on these screens all over the world, which is a really fabulous feature of the school. How does the school use that in the MBA program?
Yeah, that's a great question. Thanks, John. I think one of the kind of unique things about the Imperial College Business School is very much its connection with the wider institution, the wider university. So what we do in the business school is leverage a lot of that research that is being done in conjunction with the rest of the university. So, for example, in the Data Science Institute that you saw yourself, but also we have a lot of really kind of interesting research centres like the Dyson Robotics Lab and the Grantham Institute for Climate Change. And the business school will often have a very kind of close role to play with those research centres, and will often act as a kind of, if you like, a sort of commercialising arm for a lot of the research that is coming out of the wider university. Imperial as a university is creating a lot of very, very exciting research. A lot of really exciting new innovation is coming out of the wider university, and often the business school will help to take that to market, and that's something very much that the MBA students can get involved with.
You know what, I like to think of Imperial as the MIT of England. Because as a university, it's very science and technology based. And how does the business school kind of leverage that strength in the same way that MIT does with Sloan?
Yeah, thanks for the question. Another great question. Yeah, so very much in the way that I've sort of alluded to a bit in the previous answer. So there's a lot of kind of cross-departmental collaboration between the business school and the rest of the university, both in kind of shared knowledge and expertise in research initiatives, like, for example, in clean technology and sustainability and data science and business analytics. But also, you, as an MBA student or as a business school student, we create many opportunities for the business school students to interact with and learn from and work with other students and other faculty in the rest of the university. So that is a huge additional network on top of the one that you already have in the MBA and the wider business school that is open to you across the undergraduate students as well as the other postgraduate students across all sorts of disciplines.
Now, you don't have to have an engineering undergraduate degree to go to Imperial's MBA program, right?
You can have any undergraduate degree whatsoever. We make no kind of almost distinction between them. We are just interested in the overall grades and the basics, but your background as a person. I will say that Imperial's reputation as a leading university in science and technology and engineering does tend to attract a lot of people from those backgrounds, but we are certainly open to any other kind of academic discipline as a background.
Okay, 90% of the class comes from outside the UK. What other countries do they come from, and how many come from North America?
Yeah, thanks for the question. It's actually 88%. So the breakdown is 30% Americas, and that's split between around 12% South America and 18% North America. Then we have 12% UK, another 12% Europe, about 10% Africa, Middle East, and then the rest Asia Pacific. So something like 35-38% there. So quite an even split. Yeah.
And now, is yours a one-year program or a two-year program?
So ours is a one-year intensive, very immersive one-year program, full-time.
Great. Well, listen, when I went to visit Imperial, after my visit, I need to say this, the Victoria and Albert Museum, which is one of the great museums of the world, is right down the street. Right? It's across the street, in fact, right? And I went to see the Pink Floyd exhibit, and I was in heaven. So that's another added benefit. London is a great world center. I had the pleasure of living there for 4 years earlier in my life. I love London. It's a vibrant, dynamic city, eclectic, diverse, and Imperial plays a very big role in that city.
Yeah, absolutely, John. So London, as you rightly mentioned, is a fantastic international cosmopolitan hub. It's a real hub for finance and for tech and innovation. But then also Imperial is very much an established institution within London. It's I think probably one of the oldest university institutions in the capital. We were actually founded, as we mentioned in the one of the four facts, we were founded about 125 years ago by Prince Albert, who was the consort of Queen Victoria, and he really felt that London needed its own centre of excellence that was basically going to rival the likes of Oxford and Cambridge, but that this university had to have a specialism in things like science and technology and engineering and things like that. And that was when the Imperial Institute was born, which became Imperial College. But that whole area that you mentioned, John, in South Kensington was built around the same time. So Imperial was built as part of the same development that the Victoria and Albert Museum, the Royal Albert Hall, which is another wonderful landmark, the Natural History Museum. This was all developed in the same period. So we're in an area of London that is sometimes referred to as Albertopolis.
Very cool. Okay, last question. What's your best advice to an applicant who wants to consider and come to Imperial for his or her MBA?
It's the same advice I think I would give to any applicant thinking about doing an MBA, and that really is engage with us, engage with the schools, do your research, browse. Every business school is very different from one another. We all have our own qualities and strengths, and business school is all about fit. Is it a fit for you? And use people like me, use the admissions team. Every university will have a team of people whose job it is to help advise you. Leverage the alumni networks that are available. Use the admissions team to connect you with current students who are studying on the program, and really engage and do your research and make sure that you're making the right decision, because it's a very, very important decision.
And I'm going to underline that and say visit. Go to the data science room, go to several of the laboratories that I've been in as well at the school, sit in the classroom, talk to faculty, talk to current students, and while you're there in London, check out a concert at the Royal Albert Hall and mosey on over to the Victoria and Albert Museum. You won't be disappointed. Andy, thank you for being with us. This is John Byrne with Poets and Quants at CentreCourt in San Francisco. Thanks for playing Guest to School.